Salim Ahmed Salim. I'd forgotten about him, but when Raila applied to be the Secretary General of African Union, I remembered that in Africa, in East Africa, we used to have such a person. Now, Raila is going to fill in the position, only that it has been renamed. That is when I remembered about Ahmed Salim Ahmed. He was born of an Omani Arab father, and his mother was a mixed race. His mother was half African, half Arab. So in reality, although we always say that you follow your father's lineage, but technically he is 3/4 an Arab. Because if his grandparents on father's side were both Arabs, and only one grandparent on the mother's side is an African, then he is more of an Arab, 3/4. He went to Lumumba College for his advanced level certificate. He went to local schools in Zanzibar, but went to Lumumba College for his advanced level A levels. And then from there, he went to St. Stephen, New Delhi School of, for his, he went to St. Stephen's College in New Delhi for his bachelor's degree. Later on, he went to School of International and Public Affairs in Columbia in University in New York. He was the founder and first vice president of all Zanzibar Students Union. He later became the chief editor of a Zanzibari daily newspaper. Then later on, he became the Secretary General of all Zanzibari journalists. In Kenya, we call it Kenya Union of Journalism, where he was the Secretary General between 1963 and 1964. Between 1980 and 84, he was the Minister for Foreign Affairs for Tanzania, United Republic of Tanzania. Then in 1984, he was made the Deputy Prime Minister and Defense and National Services Minister. Later on, between 1989 and 2001, he was the Secretary General of All African Union, the position that Raila is going to get. I do not remember when, but there is a time, I want to be corrected here, there is a time he was even a Minister for Foreign Affairs, and then when he was the Minister for Foreign Affairs, he wanted to be the Secretary General of UN. He contested against the then Secretary General of UN, who was called Kurt Waldheim. Kurt Waldheim was a Nazi officer, but it was later discovered that after he was made the Secretary General of UN, and he had what do you call? He was from Austria. Yeah, he was from Austria, but it later became hard to convict him because he already was a Secretary General for UN. Salim Ahmed Salim tried to contest against him, but you see, for somebody who is already the Secretary General and is going for the second term, it was a bit hard. So by then Salim Ahmed Salim was the Prime Minister, but Tanzania, because of giving him time to go and campaign. He was given time to go and campaign for the SG, so he had to be downgraded from Minister for Foreign Affairs. No, he had to be downgraded from Prime Minister to Deputy Prime Minister. When he could not make it, he continued being a Deputy Prime Minister until he was made the Secretary General of All African Union. It is this position of Secretary General for All African Union that Raila is going to occupy. Only that its mandate and its title has changed names. The mandate of All Africa Union was for the liberation of all Africans in the continent. Now, after each and every country was liberated, then they had to change their mandate to today's mandate, which says it is to develop Africa. And then again, Ahmed Salim's office was changed from being called SG, Secretary General for All Africa Union. It was changed to become it was changed from Secretary General to All Africa Union. The secretariat was now called African Commission. So they said the head of the African Commission, by then it used to be called Secretary General, but now it was Chairman of the African Union Commission. So Raila is going to occupy the same office, maybe the same room, but the difference between what Raila is going to occupy and what he did is that the mandate and the title. So, watu ya Kisumu, tengenezeni samaki tukuje. We are coming to celebrate Agwambo's installment as the African Union Council Chairman.